Hi, I am doing 4.3 number 1 on geometric series and sequences. So the first question is a geometric sequence has a second term 12 and the fifth term is 324. So as you can see, I did that out, I wrote that out, and yeah, and so then it says to calculate the value of the common ratio. And how I did it was because I didn't have the equation and the numbers were relatively easy to work with. Essentially, I just looked at how many spaces I would have to work with. So how many times would 12 be multiplied by the common ratio to get to 324, and that was 3 times. And so that was relatively easy to figure out. And so I figured out that the value of the common ratio is 3, and the number here should be 4. Moving on, the question number B is calculate the 10th term of the sequence. So I looked at the equation for the nth term of a geometric sequence. So the equation is an equals a1 times r to the power of n minus 1, and a1 is the first term, r is the common ratio, and n is the nth term. So I plugged that into my equation, and an equals 12, which is the first term, times 3, which is the common ratio, times to the power of 10 minus 1, and 10 is the 10th term of the sequence that we want to find, and so that's going to be 9. And so here you see my working for that, and it turned out to be, how much is that? 236,196. I think I have that right, yeah. Yeah, right? Yes, okay. And so for C, the question was the kth term is the first term that is greater than 2,000. Find the value of k. So essentially for this, I could not find an equation that worked in my calculator. So what I did was, again, I wrote out the different terms, and I figured it out in that way. So I just used the common ratio and just kept multiplying until I got a term that was more than 2,000, which was the 7th term. And I just went on another one just to see if I did things right. And so I plugged that into the equation. So I did 4, which was the first term, times 3, which is the common ratio, times 7 to the power of 7 minus 1, which is 6. And you do that because this was the 7th term. And I got 2,916. So that is the first term that is greater than 2,000. Unfortunately, I did try to do it with another equation, and it went to the power of 2,000, and my calculator didn't work like that. So I just checked my work doing this. And yeah, that is how one would calculate different values for a geometric sequence. Thank you for watching.